Hello and welcome back. I am so glad you're here with me as I am setting up for March of 2023. My tarot card for this month is the Empress reversed, leaving me with the idea of showering neglected parts of myself with love, care, and attention. So of course, I had to do toads for this. I thought about frogs briefly because as a child I collected frogs. I was a frog child. But what I called frogs were many times also toads. So I thought that was even more fitting to go with the creature who wasn't appropriately named in my childhood. So what you're seeing here is I actually am going through and lining in my sketches, giving some definition to all of my little toads, all of my daffodils, with some Faber-Castell Pet Artist pens. There are several different sizes here. I have the fine, small, medium, and bold pens that I'm using throughout. When I say bold, it's actually the brush pen. But going through and lining most of these with the medium and then going in with the smaller pieces for the details. The first two pages you saw were the cover page and then of course the calendar page. And now I'm doing the flowers for my goals, transits, and tracker pages. The illustrations for this spread are really focused on the left-hand side because the tracker I went with for this month is a more I'll call it traditional style tracker, so it takes up basically the whole page and doesn't really have room for illustrations. I did take the time to go in and line in these tarot boxes. I kind of liked last month having them shaped more like the little cards as rectangles, but I used this stencil with the squares for my color swatches. Really liked that, so thought I'd give it a try here. You didn't get all my footage for lining in the calendar. I don't think there are any surprises there. It's the same sorts of lining in as always. Now I am moving on to inking in my frogs for my mental inventory page, one on a lily pad, one swimming, and then over on the right, my gratitude log, there's a toad trying to climb onto things. And I did it, even though just once again called these toads frogs. But all these are actually based off of the American toad. The ones I was looking at are toads I remember from my childhood and even through my college years enjoying watching them grow from tadpoles on up. And honestly, drawing these, here you see I'm moving into my weekly spreads with the Dutch door. The toad on the left in the water, and then on the right sitting grumpily under the daffodils. These toads have just been making me ridiculously happy already. I'm trying to sketch these in. I have drawn some of the derpiest critters I have ever drawn, and instead of feeling frustrated, I really just laughed and enjoyed them and just felt so happy. I'm very happy with the choice to go with toads for this month. So my daffodils here, I'm going with several colors of yellow, using some Crayola Supertips. I'm using Artist Loft water brush tips and an Ohuhu marker, as well as zebra mildliner. For the greens here, these are all Artist Loft water brush pens and Crayola Supertip involved there. You saw me referencing my coloring sheet in the back because this toad has all sorts of layers of swatches and colors for his camouflage pattern. The lightest brown and the darkest brown you see here on this toad are actually some of the same colors I used for the hedgehogs in last month, and in between are some additional Crayola Supertips and Artist Loft watercolor brush tap pens. And I'm going in now and lettering in March in the back. I may find some way to make that pop a little more, whether it's with a white gel pen or a gold something. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Moving in, I did decide to go through and kind of bulk color similarly to the way I lined in. I went through and colored all of the daffodils at once to layer in those yellows. This was really satisfying. I sometimes go through and do full page by full page of coloring in, but going through and seeing the page being built up as I flipped through, I don't really know how to describe the way in which is satisfying, but it was. I recommend it if you normally go the other way around. Just try it from time to time. Try going and doing all of one element and seeing how it feels. Like, I love my toads, but I do feel like there was an opportunity if I had just done the flowers to, I don't know, like outline them in brown or something and do the styling a little different. Oh my goodness, these toads just make me so happy. I think I'm just tempted to always do toads now and forever. But you saw there I was putting in another water puddle. I used, once again, a Crayola Supertip and the Artist Loft dupe of the mildliners. Those are my two blues for water. You saw it as that puddle there. You'll see it here as the body of water soon. And later I will go in and use those two blues to make raindrops splashing on my toads' heads. I mean, I feel like I couldn't pass up shower neglected parts of yourself and not have little toads in the rain. Like, oh, love it. Anyway, I'm doing my last few things here and then soon, and then in just a moment I will be back with the flip through. Oh, so excited to show it to you. So here we are with the final flip through for March 2023. I have my toads and daffodils in the rain puddle. Again with my calendar view, shower neglected parts of yourself with love, care, and attention. I have my goals, my transits, my tarot tracker, and my general tracker on the right. I may end up lining in some of those with that pale blue from behind the tarot tracker. Next, moving on to the mental inventory with my toads swimming. Again, I may line those for thanks, my gratitude there. And this is my Dutch doors for my weeklies, where I have a toad in the water, my weekly pages, my toad with the daffodils. I just love these grumpy little toads. They are making my month. Thanks for being with me. Bless me.